Hello friends, Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas. Well, Monday afternoon, we're back at the corporate offices, and let me tell you what we're doing. It's of course another hot day here in August, 100 degrees, blah, 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 blah. But we are going all the way back to February and the historic, unprecedented winter storms that just wreaked havoc all over the state of Texas and ultimately all over the United States by disrupting supply chain issues centered around all kinds of chemicals and everything else. Well, when that happened, we had a lot of swimming pool damage, and I have some earlier videos out there where I actually tried to repair the filter I had, and I did some fiberglass work on it. And you know what? It held up okay for 6 months. And the fiberglass gave way, and we had a pretty massive explosion and a geyser back there shooting water 30 feet up in the air. So I realized pretty quickly, okay, there's no salvaging that old filter. We just have to bite the bullet and get a new one. And let me tell you what, nothing's cheap. And the other problem is, because there was so many swimming pools in the south that had major damage, there is a shortage of filters out there. Well, there's a shortage of everything pool related at the moment because of supply chain disruptions. And so finally we got a new pump. Oh, excuse me, not a new pump. We have a new filter. I need another pump. But I can't believe here it is, the end of August, and we're still fighting through swimming pool issues. So I'm going out there tonight, and we're going to install the new filter. So, major problems. We haven't been able to run it for about 2 weeks now, waiting to get the filter in. The pool is discolored. I'm not going to show you a lot of that, but I'll show you what we're dealing with. So this is where the new filter is going to go, and you can hear the old pump. It's really not running well at all. So let's come in here, put that in service mode, give it a little timeout action, and we'll figure this out. So what have I done? I removed the heater that was here because you can see the old heater. The manifold was all cracked, plus it was really old, needed to be replaced anyway. And I'm not going to spend 3/4 of the cost of a new pool heater just to replace the manifold on an old one. Same philosophy goes for the filter itself. So we're going to come in here, we're going to set the filter in. You can see I bypassed the filter just to keep the water circulating in the pool to try to minimize algae growth during this period. But I'm going to set the new filter in right here. We're going to replumb it, and then we'll be off to the races. So that's the plan for this afternoon. I was kind of hoping and waiting that shade would get over here a little bit more. You can see the sun is still up high in the air, but we're going to try to redo this, and more to follow. Okay guys, well, fast forward. I have the pump installed, well, the filter installed. So once again, let's recap what we installed. This is a Pentair Clean and Clear Plus cartridge filter. It's model number 420 square feet, so that's CCP 420 is the part number. Actually, the part number is EC-160301, and you can see it's a 420 on there. So this was actually manufactured 7/28 of 21. So that just gives you a little example of how quickly the supply chain is turning around. So for them to manufacture this and get it in the warehouses and then get it shipped across the country to me in less than a month, wow. So what did we have to do? We have to start over here. We had to replumb all the way over. One thing I do like is previously my plumbing went across here diagonally, and that got in your way when you were trying to work up here on the control panel, or you're trying to do something on the pump. At least now you can walk in here and step with both feet, work on stuff. You got some room to work. So I've got it plumbed down on that side. So this is your inlet, comes from the pump all the way around and in. And then this is your outlet, which comes from here over and then back to the pool. So we have bypassed the heater that would be sitting over there. Once again, just trying to get this thing operational and up and running. So more to follow in that regard. Once I'm gonna let it sit overnight. I know people say PVC pipe, oh, it's good to go in a couple hours. Well, I'm old school. Once I get it all hooked up and everything, I'll come back and I'll cable tie my wires to get them all out of the way, run some conduit or something, make that all nice and pretty. Up here at the top, you have a nice little gauge right here, and this thing opens up like this. That allows water to shoot out, because that's how you purge the air out of the system. When you first turn it on, you're gonna let this fill up with water, and as the water rises, it'll start to shoot out this side. And when it shoots out the side, you close it back down, and then you'll watch. Now your air pressure should be, I love how they put this start with the little arrow, should be around 20 pounds of pressure. But then notice, as your gauge gets up to around 35, that's when they have the little mark right here that says clean filter. So I love how they have that little safety valve in there so that when you check your equipment, you're good to go. So I'm pretty happy. Really cleaned up the installation a lot. It's a much cleaner, much more simple design than the cross that we had before. Also, just giving you guys some advice. These unions are really nice because you can loosen these just slightly and everything kind of moves, and it helps you get everything aligned. So what I did was I started on this side right here, and then I made all of my cuts and I did a dry fitting all the way over to there. Then I came back and I started gluing the pieces one at a time, starting right here. And I worked my way backwards. Then once I got down there, all I had was the one fitting, and the pipe had a little bit of play, and you could get it all connected, and you're off to the races. Same thing down here on this one. Made it a little bit easier. I started over here on the old pipe, came in with my fittings, went to the union, and then I was able to tighten and cinch everything up. So I tightened this one and this one pretty much at the same time, which allowed the filter to actually move. So a couple of things I did here. I put the unlock for the filter right here to take the top off, so it's easily accessible on this side, that I can get in here with a ratchet and get that off. All right, guys. Well, I hope this information is helpful. Oh, one more thing. You know, I've had so many appliances go out here lately and everything. I put the date on everything. So I put a Sharpie, and I try to put it somewhere where the sun won't fade it. So put the date on there, August 2021. August 2021. And there you go. And that's how you install a Pentair clean and clear cartridge filter. Sorry I didn't run you guys through every joint and actually doing all of the adhesive, but let's face it, you would have got bored and changed the channel. One thing I will tell you is I used a Sharpie to mark all of my cuts, and I made my cuts one at a time when I was doing my dry fitting. And I've got a bandsaw, a wood bandsaw inside the shop, which cuts PVC like a knife through butter. And it really allowed me to get good clean cuts. The other thing I highly recommend is take a file and sand the burrs off the edges, so that when you go to put your primer and your cement on, you got a nice smooth clean surface. There's no ragged edges, and hey, I'm pretty happy. More to follow, but we should be good to go. I'll do a little dry run tomorrow morning and give you guys an update at that time. Hey guys, Scott with Heritage Farms. All right, so yesterday we installed the Pentair full cartridge filter. So I let the PVC fitting sit overnight for 24 hours. So this morning I fired it up. It's been running all day. We're slowly getting the pool back in shape, getting rid of all the algae that was growing and getting the water clear and getting the chemicals balanced. But hey, before I show you the update on the filter itself, it's Tuesday night and a man's got to eat. We got the Traeger fired up. Woohoo! Get in there and get you some of that. Some pork loins. Using the Meat Church seasoning. I think that's the Holy Voodoo. Guys, go out and check out the Meat Church channel. Oh, phenomenal guy, man. He had me when he was smoking, I can't even remember what it was, brisket or something. I was like, fell in love with that channel. What a great guy, what a great channel. That guy is a barbecue pro, and check him out. So we're got the Traeger set at the smoke setting. We're gonna leave it on here for about an hour. Then we're gonna crank it up to 275 and finish it out. Get the internal temp to 165. But hey, let's go back to the pool filter. Check this out. And after work, we're back at the corporate offices. Look at Kimber Cat swimming. So guess what? We got the pool filter installed. Everything's running. We have shocked the pool, added chemicals in there, and we got the pump going again. And a couple of things. So to recap, used to this pipe came across here and over. So it was really difficult to get in here to work. So I rerouted the pipe, got it all cleaned up, turned out nice. Of course, we bypassed the heater. Everything's good. I have no leaks. Let's see what we got here on the little gauge. Everything's still good. You can see, really, they don't even recommend cleaning it till it gets up to about 34 pounds of pressure. I came in here and I put a nice little water hose on here, or conduit, with a little hose clamp, just so when you're bleeding the water off, it shoots it out in the yard, keeps it nice. I found this heavy-duty Solo cup. This is not a typical Solo cup. It's actually thick-walled, pretty heavy, but fits over it. That way that'll keep the sun from actually drying out and ruining the valve and the gauge. So I'm pretty happy. We're back in business. I still have to get this particular pump going, which that's the pump for the water features, the waterfall. Got to get that one running. It's cracked on the bottom and leaking, and actually leaking enough where it's pulling air and it doesn't have enough tension. So got to get that fixed. But so far, the Pentair Clean and Clear Plus cartridge filter is a hit. I'm a fan. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, leave us a comment. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell us what you like. I can tell you Kimber Cat likes this. She's down here playing like crazy. And then here's the other dog, Coco. They use the pool more than any of us do, but that's beside the point. Hopefully I can get this pool back cleaned up, get the water cleared up, get rid of the algae. I've just got through brushing it for the second time today. Running the pump for like 12 hours straight with the chemicals in it, and hopefully we'll get this thing cleaned up, cleared up, and making progress after the Texas winter storm. Look at that crazy dog. She's got the zoomies. All right, guys, glory be to God.